Hey Greg, what is sustainable and responsible investing?
In a nutshell, is investing, but you're not investing only for growth and only for profit, but you're investing for growth and profit, and you're taking into consideration the practices of the business that you're investing in, and how they treat people, how they treat the environment, how they treat their communities, where they get their products, how healthy the products are, and a whole list of things. About 60 different factors are brought into the process of what I do.
As a wealth advisor for 20 years, dealing with so many people and their money, would you say that wealth is the key to happiness?
Money and happiness are not in the same measuring stick. I find the happiest people that I know and my happiest clients are the ones that are happy with what they're doing, and they're happy with the quality of relationships they have in their lives. Now, when you have less than enough money to meet your basic needs, happiness is a factor that is connected to money. But when you have way more than enough money to meet your needs, there's a point where once you have enough money to meet your needs, everything else is not going to make you any happier. So I find it's very important to keep that in mind, that happiness is about happiness and money is about money. And let's not get them confused. We must make sure that we're engaged in society and offering enough value to those around us to get the value that we need to meet our needs. One of my first spiritual teachers was a man named Swami Muktananda, right? And he said, money and car and house and fame and all these things that our society says that will make you happy. He said, those are like zeros. But until you have a center of being, of a connection to your source, a connection to God, or a connection to spirit, or a connection to your integrity, or a connection to yourself and what you're here for, however you want to phrase it, a sense of peace of mind. If you don't have that, then all these zeros are zeros. But if you have that one thing, that connection to your integrity, your truth, your purpose, your divinity, your greatness, if you have that, then that becomes the one in front of the zeros, and all the zeros become value because you have that center of being. That's where money should be one of the things that's in your spectrum. But never forget that money is not the center of happiness.
Most books and spiritual leaders say, don't worry about money, just follow your passion and dreams and the money will come. What is your input on that?
I don't know, but I trust that by doing what you're happy doing, you're more likely to get money. You're more likely to enjoy the money that you have, and more likely to be able to keep the money that you get, because you're in a place of happiness and alignment with what you came to the world to be here, right?
Okay, so say you have an office job that you don't like and your dream is to do something else. Which one should you pick?
The goal is not about money, it's about being happy and being true to yourself and with your mission in life. And then from those situations you recognize, okay, I'm in a better place in myself because I'm doing what I need to do, or I have a pathway in my mind to do what I want to do. Well, that certainty gives you a presence of mind that makes you more content with yourself. And then you say, okay, now I got to have a place to live, I got to have food to eat, I got to have a car. So then you got to think, well, how am I going to do that? Well, you're coming from a better place of having a center of being that is based on pursuing your dreams and your vision of life, rather than, oh God, I got to have a car, but I'll put my dreams over there. Now, it's not black or white, it's not either or, but there's a quality of like, what is going to be the center of who you are? What is going to be the center of what drives you? And there are times when we got to work just to make money, and that's part of the vision. But when you're doing that as a step to get to some place that you can be more position to make your dreams a reality, then you see that part of your life as a stepping stone.
What advice would you give a recent college graduate regarding finances and preparing for their future?
Money is part of your equation, but it's not the only part of your equation. Consider all the factors in your life and the quality of life that you want in making your decisions. Add more factors in than beyond money, but keep money in the equation, right? In other words, it's not about money or no money, or do I consider money or not. It's about consider all the choices. You're a very intelligent human being, whether you believe you're not, or whether you believe you are or not. You are a very intelligent human being, so recognize that money just needs to be one of the factors that you consider. It's not either or. When it comes to money choices, trust your own instincts on it. Trust yourself. You already have inherently in you. Learn how to balance a checkbook. Learn how to manage your own money. Go to a course or read books about it. Just get a sense of budgeting and keeping track of numbers and saving. Just do the basics and find a rhythm and find a language that's true to yourself. Also, save. Don't be afraid to save. And don't be afraid to spend or share. Just follow what feels right at the moment, but be aware of the choices that you're making and the consequences of those choices. I think that's one of the most important things I say to anybody that comes to me for advice, is there is no good choice or bad choice. It is making the choice and understanding the consequences of that choice and getting clear with yourself whether you want to be responsible for those consequences.
I know this is a big question, very philosophical, but I'd like to know your opinion on what money is.
It's a representation. It's like condensed energy. It's like a representation of energy into one form, right? I could say I want to barter this for that. We can exchange by just trading. But if we want to do that with a bunch of people, to try to figure that all out gets a little bit complicated with all these different things moving around. So we just have a symbol called money, which says, I'm going to use this as a trading thing to store the value that I have to exchange for other things, goods and services and rent and all that. So money is a store of value. So people that necessarily have a lot of money have, in the eyes of society that created that money, that society believes that that person has a lot of value, so therefore there's a lot of value stored and given to that person. So it's all about receiving from the society around you stored energy, stored value. So how do you get that? You offer value to the people that you're around and the people that you're with. It's about serving people that you're with. And then the question is, what is your purpose? What is my dreams? What is my aspiration? What do I want to do? What am I going to do to make me happy? Well, it's about finding a way to provide value to your society and to yourself and to others that is consistent with what is true for you and what you think is of beauty that you have to offer to the world and to others.
Na 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 na.